One thing you need to know about me that I work at night, so whenever I have a day off or I'm on holiday, it's very hard for me to fall asleep during the normal times when other people fall asleep. So I went to Disney Plus and I look for movies that are nice and calming, relaxing, and I find the new Stephen King movie, and this is the reason I choose it because the name Stephen King was attached to it. I don't like the guy. I just don't know what's going on because I have all the books as a child. I had all the books as well. I read The Shining when I was very young, and I read all the books. I watched all the movies, and I remember that with my ex, this is how we bonded because, yeah, we have kind of love-hate relationship with Stephen King's works. So I choose The Boogeyman on Disney Plus. I prefer the very, very long Stephen King movies like the Storm of the Century and things like that, that is like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours long. This one is not that kind. Obviously it's very violent, but yeah, I wanted to watch it 5 minutes and I thought I'm gonna fall asleep, but no, the story pulled me in. The director was actually very good and made a movie that was, well, I couldn't really find Stephen King there at all, but I like how the director was playing with the visual language. I absolutely loved the ball, the moon ball, that how it the moon ball was rolling into the dark to illuminate it. That was very good. The other thing was the main character, the girl, how she walks in her room and you can see her bare feet with the oil paint. That was very good. And the other thing I want to mention, and that is the wash machine. You know, you open the wash machine and it has this door, the window, and the director used it as a lens, which was pretty fun stuff. And it perfectly aligned the way how the main character, the girl, was dealing with the loss of her mother. How walking through the school, she was basically focusing on one thing and one thing only, that was the music in her ear. And this is what we see in the movie. The director focuses on one thing, one certain thing. I absolutely love the director. The weakest point of the movie is the scene with the therapist. I absolutely did not like that because it was shot like a normal scene, but it was a very important scene as well. And I have lots of friends who have a profession as a therapist, and they would not have been intimidated so easily that they leave the room and then they call the police. They press the panic button. That was the weakest point in the movie. That was not how it should have been done at all. But otherwise, I like the movie. It was great. If someone gives this movie to me before the release, I would have not changed at all anything, except maybe the therapy scene. I would have gone full Alfred Hitchcock Psycho on it. The shower scene, but it would have been the therapy scene with Lester using different camera angles, like 100 different, 1,000 different one that would, build the tension properly. If the actors can't do it for you for some reason. But the movie is very good. Oh yes. Why didn't I do popcorn? I should have watched it with a big bowl of popcorn. Oh yes. Okay, my friend. Ignore the dirty glass. Look at this chestnut. It's been there in the oven for 20 minutes. So very soon it's gonna be ready for us. Oh yeah, winter is coming. So I went to buy bread. That's it, just bread. And as I was walking to the shop, I noticed something at the market. Chestnut. it's so rare to see chestnut. It's quite expensive stuff, and I know that I always loved it. I always loved it. I am from East Europe and I'm going back to Hungary quite often. And I remember one time in one of the coffee shops called Frey Coffee, there was a signature drink for that month. It was chestnut latte. Because what happened is, and they have a magazine. I was reading the magazine while I was drinking this coffee with the chestnut syrup. That couple of years back, something happened with the world chestnut. Something happened and it was like wiped out. They didn't have enough to trade. And you know, when it happens once, it can happen the second time very easily, you know. So today, when I saw the chestnut, immediately I bought it. I paid for that little almond. I paid £450, and then I went home. I could not wait. I put it on the table like that. And you need to make like little cuts on the top, because when you put it in the oven, it can just burst. You know, you need to cut the top so you can bake it properly. And it was perfect.